Welcome to the holiday special of She Shield Podcast, your one-stop pod for all topics personal safety. I'm your host, Sofia, and my goal is to help educate women and men on concealed carry, martial arts, and all topics self-defense. Like I said, guys, this is the holiday special. This episode is a solo episode, so I have no guest speakers today. It's just me, and I'm giving you some tips for last-minute holiday gifts. It is in other words, last-minute holiday gift guide for the safety enthusiast and gun owner. So if you have someone in your life who is just keen on self-defense or has a firearm and likes accessories for the firearms, because who doesn't, this episode is for you. All right, let's get started. Before we take a moment today, guys, we have fallen below our 5-star rating. So if you have a moment to rate the podcast, that would be so helpful. If you can do that, scroll up to the top of the page, hit those stars, and give us an honest review. Hopefully it's 5. For those of you that have taken the time to do that, thank you so much. That is the best Christmas gift you could give the podcast. As you all know, the podcast is not only run by myself, it is run by the lovely Lisa Hamilton. She does all of the video editing for social media. And then by Brendan, he is our audio engineer. He makes these episodes sound good. So if you support the podcast, you support the team. Before we get started today, for all of your firearms needs, firearms accessory purchases, head over to Big Tex Ordnance. They are an official podcast sponsor, and they are your soon-to-be favorite retailer for all of your firearms needs. BTO believes in only selling high-quality gear for responsibly armed citizens, as well as providing pre- and post-sale support. BTO values firearms training and supports firearms instructors nationwide. They even pay for their own staff to train with high-level instructors to ensure that when you as a consumer reach out, you are taken care of. Today, I'm going to give you recommendations in 5 categories. The first one is an actual firearm. We're going to talk about what gun should you buy someone as a gift. The next one will be targets, then knives, ear and eye pro, and then small yet effective defense tools like pepper spray. Starting off, guys, what is the most perfect firearm you can buy someone? Now, you may be thinking, okay, it's the Glock 43X for sure. Ooh, it's the SIG P365 Rose. You know what? No, it's the Walther PDPF. But actually, guys, it depends on the person. Today, I'm not going to give you a firearms recommendation. I'm going to officially recommend that you head over to your local gun shop. You take that person that you have in mind with you. Hopefully, they allow you to take those guns and actually test them out on the range so that person can actually hold, shoot, and get some rounds downrange with that gun. Otherwise, guys, you're picking out something that this person is intended to train with, carry with, and then potentially have to defend their lives with. So my hope is to encourage you to take them for an experience as opposed to buy them a true firearm. And say you want to put a financial commitment down, feel free to take them or give them a ticket saying, when you're ready to purchase your firearm, I am going to cover the cost for you. Or maybe you give them a gift card to that particular range wherever you're purchasing the firearm. Or say you buy it through Big Tex Ordnance, you could get gift cards through that. But there are so many ways that you can support someone in their journey without deciding for them what that exact first gun will be. Now, if your person already has a firearm and you know what that firearm is, the next thing that I would recommend to you is to get them a solid holster. So if there's someone who is throwing that gun in a bag or they're just throwing it in their waistband and they don't have a reliable Kydex holster that is properly covering the trigger guard, guys, there are some incredible brands out there that you can trust with your friend, family member's life and their firearm. The brand I would like to highlight today is Henry Holsters, made by Andrew Henry. His manufacturing is next level. If you all would like to hear more about that, the episode before this one is with Andrew Henry, and he talks about what makes his brand unique and what makes the manufacturing of his holsters, both IWB and OWB, so unique, so reliable, and absolutely worth a gift this holiday season. Some holsters I would recommend are the Cypher holster. His description online is that it is a slim, ambidextrous holster designed around compatibility with both discrete carry concept clips. Those are those really strong metal clips that some people clip directly to their pants. I wouldn't recommend that. I would say go ahead and clip that to a reliable belt. That's going to be the most retention you can get. So it has compatibility with both DCC clips and the Filster Enigma system. It features an open muzzle, asymmetrical ambi mid-height sweat guard, and generous clearance for optics and suppressor height sights. Now, I'm sure you guys have all heard of the Filster Enigma. It's one of those things that as long as you get the firearm correct, you buy the correct Enigma for the correct firearm, you really cannot go wrong. It is an all-in-one holster system that does not require attachment to the exterior clothing. For example, if I'm wearing a dress, all you have to do is throw my Enigma on. I like to have a layer between my Enigma and my skin, so I like to have a tank top at least. And then I want to make sure I have a layer over that. So that's spandex, Spanx, whatever works best to pull in the retention of that Enigma even more. It is a little bit on the pricier side. So if you guys are looking for something a little bit more manageable, keep listening. We're going to go over some other areas like targets. This is actually not the best place to bring up a less costly option because we're going to talk about a particular Birchwood Casey steel target that is on the pricier side. But what I did today was I organized all of the suggestions I have for you from the most expensive options to the least expensive. So if you're someone who needs something maybe like a stocking stuffer, or you just don't have the budget to buy them something like a big set of steel targets, then keep on listening. Are you ready to step up your shooting game? Introducing Walkers Inc., the pioneers in ear protection for shooting, hunting, and commercial applications. For over 25 years, they've been revolutionizing the industry, ensuring your hearing safety and enhancing your shooting experience. Anytime I'm on the range, indoor or outdoor, I use Walkers ear protection to have crystal clear communication with my fellow shooters. I personally use the disruptors for outdoor shooting and the recons for my indoor shooting adventures. Not only does it protect your hearing, but it also protects you. Being able to communicate with others on the range is vital to personal safety. You shouldn't have to sacrifice your safety when the ultimate goal is better self-protection. With Walkers, you'll experience unparalleled comfort, unmatched innovation, and the industry standard in shooting ear protection. Don't settle for anything less when it comes to your safety and enjoyment on the range. You can save on Walker's ear protection and support the podcast by using code SHESHIELD20, that's SHESHIELD 20 at checkout. Again, that's SHESHIELD20 at checkout. One of my favorite targets is the Birchwood Casey dueling tree targets. Now, this sits around $567.99. Guys, firearms can range anywhere from $400 or even less, all the way up to $800 plus, depending on what you are purchasing. So that's why I put that first on the list. The dueling tree target, like I said, sits about at $570. The thing I love about this target is that it doesn't require any reset. So if you're someone wanting to buy a very high quality steel target for someone in your life who trains with firearms, or maybe they're trying to get more kind of excited to train with firearms, this is a great option. Anytime you shoot one side of the target, it goes ping, flips over, it will go back to the other side on its own, so that you just shoot that side, ping, goes back to the other side, ping, and that way you never have to pull a cord or walk up and down the range constantly to reset that target. Again, it's the Birchwood Casey dueling tree target. If I found that under my tree, I would be very happy. Birchwood Casey, owned by GSM, of course, happens to be a sponsor of this podcast. Today, we'll be running their ads on this episode. So if you guys want 20% off of that, you can use code SHESHIELD20. That's SHESHIELD 20 for 20% off. We have a few more codes today. And of course, guys, this episode is absolutely motivated by our podcast sponsors. But just so you all know, I've been working with GSM from the very beginning by just using their products. I've had Walkers, Ear Pro, and Eye Pro since I ever picked up a firearm. I believe in their products. They're high quality. I have no trouble standing behind them, and I appreciate their support of the podcast. Let's move on. We just talked about firearms, holsters, and targets. The third category is knives. So something I'm excited about is that I actually have these knives in the background today. So the first one we're going to start with is a little bit on the pricier side, and this is the drop forged push knife. This sits at about $89.99, and it's one of my favorite options for a gift because it's so unique. And for those that are interested in owning a push knife, you really can't get much higher quality than cold steel. So if that's something that you want to supply someone in your life with, absolutely recommend this. Of course, be wary of age, responsibility, because this thing is sharp. Now, moving on to my favorite. I actually have owned this SOG knife from the very beginning. I think I was 16 when my mom gifted it to me on Christmas. So I can confirm that this is a great Christmas gift because this was a Christmas gift to me. So SOG did not send this to me. In fact, it's kind of dirty from years of wear and tear. It's probably needing a good sharpen. Ooh, it is. But this is the SOG snarl knife. I mean, look at how absolutely tiny this is. And these actually come with sheaths. So if you're someone who wants to carry this on your person, you can do that. If you want to do some knife fighting, you can do that as well. This has just become one of my favorite knives to own. It's not necessarily something I carry. It's not something I train with, therefore I don't carry it for defense. But if this is something that interests you to give someone you love, guys, it's adorable. Again, be wary of age and responsibility. That is super important. So we'll just set those off to the side here today. If you're interested in the price of the snarl, it is $49.95. Again, Birchwood Casey Sauger, owned by GSM. You get 20% off when you use code SheShield20, like I mentioned with Birchwood Casey. Moving on, guys, we're just going to be taking things down from my background. We're moving on to ear and eye pro. So this is the Walker's FireMax headphones. I have a deep review of the Walker's headphone options out there on my YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in that, check out those videos. They go into every piece of detail you'd want to know about these things. But these have been some of my favorite on the range, especially when I'm having to decipher between the instructor's voice on the range and the students, as well as the varying gunshots going on in the background. So I really, really like this pair. It has one of the highest ratings for blocking out dangerous sounds in the environment. These are the Walker's FireMaxes. I think my favorite thing, though, about these is that it has over 200 battery hours. I have never had to change out the battery or charge one of these things because they just last forever. And if you're like me and you leave your gear on all the time and your stuff dies, the FireMaxes are a great way to go, and they make a great gift for someone who frequents the range. These will run about $179.99. They have some cheaper options online that range anywhere from $30 to $90. The Razor is the classic, very slim profile Walker's headphones, while the Recon is a little bit more kind of thick profile, but I believe it has like 4 decibels more of protection. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check those out. Next are the Teal Impact safety glasses. These are ballistically rated for the range. I like the teal color because most of my gear is black. That's my favorite color. So teal kind of gives me that pop on the range. Is it necessary? No. But guys, this is a $10 set of ballistically rated glasses that you could just throw in as a stocking stuffer. So hopefully those give you some ideas so far in the category of ear and eye pro. Again, you can use code SheShield20 for 20% off. All right, guys, we're getting into the very last category, and that is palm pepper spray. Now, palm pepper spray is one of my favorite units for non-lethal pepper spray because it is incredibly concealable. Wow, I totally butchered that. It is incredibly concealable. The unit itself is so small that if you had to carry it in your hand to the car, you can easily do so without anyone noticing it. Palm also sells a great trainer that you can buy in order to learn the pattern of spray that comes from the canister itself. If the first time you have to deploy pepper spray is in a struggle, then we're doing something wrong, right? I appreciate the attention to detail on this fact by Palm. So when you check out, you can actually throw in a trainer to your cart, and for $6 or $7, you have an inert unit that you can learn with, so that, again, the first time you have to use it isn't with the active unit. Of course, whenever you're training with pepper spray, verbal instructions go into play, telling someone to back up, create space. And then, of course, learning when to transition from that to more lethal means is a whole thing. So be aware of that. But it is a truly inexpensive unit. When you go onto the Palm website, what's really cool is they have a few options. They have their original unit, which is kind of what I've been referring to. And then they have a thinner unit that is called their runner. Now, their original unit has a clip and a keychain option, which I really appreciate. Right now, they're running a 10% off promotion on their website. Palm is the recommended pepper spray of She Shield, the official recommended pepper spray of She Shield. So, like, for example, I have purchased this unit for my friends as well as my family member. So my sisters carry Palm, my mom carries Palm. I absolutely highly recommend it. What's really great is they sell bundles online. I almost never buy one of these without buying at least 5 more. So that's really fun. And if you're interested in purchasing a singular unit, it's $14.20. If you want to do a 5-pack, it's $11.96 each. And then they even sell a 3-pack at $12.71 each. So they have discounts if you bundle your options. So if you want to have multiple stocking stuffers, you can absolutely do that. Their running unit is $14.95. It comes with a glove that helps you keep the unit attached to your hand. So that's something I really appreciate about that. This is something I bought for my sister because she likes to go running and she lives in a very busy city. So I wanted to make sure she had a very easy and concealable option for a deterrent on her runs, whether that be towards animals or people. Right now, the podcast does not have a code with Palm, but that may be changing soon. So keep your eyes open. Like I said, guys, this is one of my favorite stocking stuffers. In fact, this is going to be something in my family's stocking this year. All right, guys, that actually concludes our episode on Palm pepper spray, the Target's Ear Eye Pro firearms, holsters, everything that I recommend in a holiday gift guide. I really appreciate you all taking the time to listen to this short episode. I wanted to give you all an opportunity to have some gift options if you're kind of like me and you're running behind on the holidays. I think I have about 4 people left to shop for. So if that's you and this helped you, let us know. Of course, we have the lovely Lisa making those edits on all social media platforms, so check those out. We'll have some more content with this gear so that you can see them in context a bit more. For that exclusive content, you can go to @SheShieldPod. We're on everything from Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Livefire, and Twitter, actually, or X as they call it. So please visit us there. All resources mentioned today will be in the show notes. So if you want to shop any of these products, you can simply go to the notes below the title and access them there along with the discount codes. If you or anyone you know is a firearms owner experiencing a crisis, please look into holdmyguns.org. They're an organization that will connect you with a local gun shop or FFL to store your firearm for you. The link to access their website and to find a storage location partner is available in the show notes. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Happy holidays to you. In the meantime, stay safe and stay vigilant. SOG Knives began with the mission to reproduce the original SOG Bowie knife used by the Special Ops Unit MACV SOG. Today, SOG knives are carried with confidence into the most demanding situations. Forged out of tradition, hardened in the field, honed for you, whether you're protecting others or leading an epic hunting expedition, tackling one of life's everyday challenges, or facing your most extreme conditions yet, lead the way with SOG. What began as a single commemorative model soon became a full line of innovative tools, field proven by U.S. Special Forces, even honored as the Navy SEAL knife of choice. I've personally carried SOG knives since I added knives to my everyday carry setup, and have yet to be disappointed by their design and durability. Their craftsmanship is rooted in legacy of honor and courage, and is unmatched. With SOG by your side, you are equipped to lead the way, no matter the challenge. So join the ranks of those who dare to push beyond the limits and define their own legacy, and use code SHESHIELD20, that's SHESHIELD 20, to save and to support the pod. Again, that's SHESHIELD20 at checkout.